Hello and welcome to a brand new 2023 Toyota Corolla Cross, one of the most important models in Toyota current lineup, coming in a few moments. Before we go any further in the review, special thanks to Toyota Center here in Zagreb for making this video possible. I will put all their info in the description below. Welcome back everybody. Like I said in the beginning, this is a brand new model in Toyota lineup. 2023 Toyota Corolla Cross in hybrid version. So this model is actually 2-liter hybrid model with a little bit less of 200 horsepower, mated to an e-CVT automatic gearbox, so it will be very suitable for a city and urban driving. We'll go through all the exterior, interior details, also practicality and boot space. There are also some key changes in the infotainment system. We'll go through that coming in a few moments, so stay tuned. So let's start this exterior walk around as usual with the front end design. In front of me, as you can see, a big Toyota grille with a big logo which actually hides all the safety systems in it. Below that we also have a front camera. In the lower bumper there are more parking sensors. As you can see, we have full LED headlights with LED daytime running lights, and this also lower area has this plastic cover which indicates this little bit of SUV's capabilities. There is also one interesting detail or feature. Above this grille you have this gloss black strip around it. Moving here a little bit on a passenger side profile, as you can see with most of Toyota's SUV, you have this plastic cover on the wheel arches, which indicates, like I said earlier, SUV's capabilities. Similar thing we saw on a Toyota Yaris Cross and also the RAV4. If you want to check my full in-depth review of Toyota Yaris Cross, I will put the link in the description below. On a side profile on this lower area, as you can see now, we have that plastic cover, and below that on this particular model there is a door step for easier getting in and out on this model. Cool feature is that we have a rear tinted window, which is always handy in the summer months. Let's talk a little bit about wheels and tires. These are 18-inch alloy wheels. On this particular model, I think it looks actually really nice because these are two-tone wheel design with this black and metallic silver exterior. It looks really classy. At the back there is one cool design, this chrome element that says Corolla Cross. On the roof also we have shark antenna with some interesting design here on the back and a little bit of let's say rear spoiler design. Here in the back of a Toyota Corolla Cross, now you can see this rear tinted window. Also the good feature is always on the SUVs when we have the rear wiper. Now you can see this in the center area Toyota logo with this blue element, which always indicates it's a hybrid model. Here on a passenger side you have this lettering hybrid. In front of me, as you can see, it's a license plate. Here on the left says Corolla with a 10-year warranty, and underneath here you have a rear parking camera, and in the lower area we have more of that rear parking sensors. One thing that I didn't mention here in the back, similar like in the front, these are full LED rear lights. This is a just quick driver side profile overall. As you can see here on this driver side we have fuel filler cap. Like in the most Japanese vehicles, you have fuel filler cap on your driver side, not on the passenger like most European models. I said in the beginning that this is one of the most important vehicles in Toyota lineup because this compact SUV segment now is on fire. There is no manufacturer that doesn't have at least one model in this segment. You have petrol, you have diesels, you have fully electric vehicles, hybrid and also plug-in hybrid models. This particular model, Corolla Cross, is a hybrid model, so you don't need to charge it. It's not plug-in hybrid. It's actually 5th generation of a Toyota hybrid system, so it's a very advanced. There is a new type of battery, lighter but also a little bit larger in capacity. Now, being a family SUV, it has to be, of course, very practical. Let's go and check the boot space. You open the boot electronically, which is actually a nice and premium feature, and this is what you get when you open the boot of a Corolla Cross Hybrid. 436 liters of boot space is the official figure on this model. Cool feature, like you saw, we open the boot lid electronically. There is also a button to close it electronically and also to lock it. Let's just quickly examine this 436 liters of boot space. On this particular model we have upgraded premium surround system. Here on a driver's side you have LED lamp. There are some hooks here on this rear end, also on the front end, and of course, being a Toyota, something that we saw on my Corolla Cross review, you also get this very useful net that helps you if you have, let's say, some kind of backpack or something like that. You can easily put it underneath. Cool feature also is on this model you get this rubber floor mat, and also here on a passenger side there is more extra storage a little bit here in the back. There is also a great thing about this model, that this load lip is not too high, so I don't think there will be any problem to get heavier items in the back of this Corolla Cross. Overall, I think it's a very usable boot, and for a smaller family, more than enough. Now, let's go and close this boot lid and check the rear seat and practicality. Here in the back on the rear door design, these are fully black. In this upper area we have some type of, let's say, stitching effect. The good thing on this middle area, that this right here where you will put your elbow is soft leather. There are more of extra storage here, and also one cup holder here in front. In the lower area there is a speaker, like we said on the boot review. These are upgraded premium surround system in this model. One thing that I like to point out on these SUVs is when the door are actually covering the entire door sills, and it's always a great thing. Now you can see this door step for easier getting in and out. Now I will go and climb behind the driver's seat, because I put this driving seat on my ideal driving position, so we will see how much knee and legroom I do have. Welcome to a rear seats of a 2023 Toyota Corolla Cross. I have to say this front seat is my ideal for my ideal driving position. I'm about 184 centimeters tall. This is my knee room, and this is my foot room. I would say more than enough for me. Getting in and out also is relatively easy, because these doors can be opened very wide, and being an SUV is a little bit higher from the ground, so you have no problem to get it in and out of this vehicle. Let's check rear practicality. Here we have two air vents and two USB ports over here. Relatively big armrest, which is always a great thing, with two cup holders. The one thing that I have to point out is this leather. It's very soft and it's pretty comfortable on the rear seat here in the back, and if you want to carry two adults about my size, no problem at all. As you can see on this particular model, we have a black, let's say, sporty and elegant black roof with it's actually panoramic. This is actually just a cover for a panoramic roof, so let's say if you want a little bit more of that breathing area or more of that light, you can easily slide this cover in the back. Here in the back also you have ISOFIX points, so it will be no problem to put your baby seat, because like I said, this is an SUV, it's a little bit higher from the ground. The door can be open pretty wide, and there will be no problem, I think, to put baby seat here in the back. Now you can see maybe a little bit that this leather is actually perforated, so it's really nice to sit in. Overall, here in the back, let's face it, these rear seats mostly will be used by kids. Kids will be more than fine here in the back. One thing that I didn't mention, behind the passenger seat we have a little bit of this storage area behind the passenger front seat. Speaking about passenger front seat, let's go and check the passenger front seat. We go on a passenger front seat. You can see now on a door mirrors you have a blind spot monitoring. Here on a passenger front doors you have even more of that storage, similar design here on this middle area where you put your elbow, soft some type of leather, relatively big door handle, and also more of that storage in the lower area with the upgraded sound system. Here also cool feature, hybrid badge. So this is what you get when you open the passenger front door. On this particular model, like I said, these are leather seats. Overall design is excellent, and as you can see in this middle area, in the lower area, I think that it will be enough of this side support if you go a little bit of sportier driving. So this is the view out when you get on a passenger front seat of this Corolla Cross. You sit a little bit higher than in the normal compact hatchback, which is actually what 99% of buyers actually want. Here in front of me you have this cool looking aluminium effect strip. On the right side there is air vent. In front of me here on this middle area there is some type of soft rubbery effect material with some cool stitching underneath. This is the glove box, reasonably in size, so it will be no problem to put your manual and more stuff in it. In front of me on this center area is actually huge touchscreen center infotainment system. Below that there are some air vents, and also a cool feature is there are actually still some physical buttons on this center area. Below that buttons for heating steering wheel and also seats, more charging options below that with some ambient lighting, and of course e-CVT automatic gearbox in here. Behind this, on this center tunnel, you have two more cup holders with more of that ambient lighting. These cup holders you have this gloss black material on the center console, and this center armrest, you can open it. There is extra storage underneath with a 12-volt socket. To a driving seat of this Corolla Cross. Now you can see in front of me there is full digital dials on this new model. Just sit a little bit in the back so you can have a little bit greater view angle. In front of me here on this left side we have air vent and also a little bit of that stitching effect. Underneath that, all your safety and light systems. The overall steering design is something that that we are familiar in Toyota models. All these buttons are physical, so you will be no problem to get used to it. The overall interior design is something very similar that we saw already, of course, in a RAV4 model and the regular standard Toyota Corolla. The standard actually version is coming this year 2023 as a facelifted model, so we will definitely I will definitely review and of course that model when it comes to a dealership. Overall interior practicality and features, if you are going to buy this vehicle and use it as a family vehicle with, let's say, 1 or 2 kids, there will be no problem at all for you and for them to travel in great comfort. This is the cool looking design of a dynamic turn signals here on the front side. This is the end of my full exterior, interior and practicality review of a 2023 Corolla Cross in hybrid version. 2-liter hybrid powertrain with a little bit less of 200 horsepower. This particular model is front-wheel drive. There is also an all-wheel drive option, all mated to an e-CVT automatic gearbox. Special thanks to Toyota Center here in Zagreb for making this video possible. I'll put all the info in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Wish you all a very nice day.